Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Survive This Crit. We're the podcast that combines our love with horror movies and tabletop RPGs to see if we can survive each and every horror movie. As always, I am your final girl, Kylie, and I happen to be the dungeon master for this series. Players, would you guys like to introduce yourselves as your character name and your class, and then we will have a pre-session question. Whoever's brave enough to go first.
What's going on, everyone? I am the level 1 masterful monk, Agent Nick. Let's go, Kemosabe's.
So, Agent Nick, will you remind audiences who maybe haven't listened before, are you new to the D.E.A.D, or are you a replication of yourself?
Kylie, if you're referring to the Neural Identity Cloning Program, aka Nick program, of the D.E.A.D, then you are correct. I am a new version of Nick. Nick, man, I think they've lost track of how many Nicks they've made so far. Maybe somewhere in the definitely in the double digits.
Nick double digits. That I like that nickname. That's solid. Okay, I love that. Welcome. Agent Chan, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, hey everyone, I'm Agent Chan. I am what you might call a first generation replicate. I am the first replicate of my kind. Unfortunately, my predecessor passed under, I think it was supposed to be a heroic mission, but I heard that he was kind of a little bit of a dick. So I'm going to try and turn my personal branding around. I am, in fact, just a personality hire. I am the personality hire, so I'm still figuring out how things work here. But all I know is Nick seems to know what's going on, and I am here to support him 100%.
Ooh, interesting. Intrigue. And what's your class?
Oh, I'm a level 1 bard, the personality hire. Sorry. I should have made that.
I love that. Clear. All right. Well,
I'm Agent Adam. I'm AKA the Muscle. They when heavy things need lifting or moving, they call in Agent Adam. And my first mission was actually with Agent Chan, so I'm happy to be back in the field.
I love that. We got some brawn on the team. That's good. And you did mention your class.
I'm a barbarian. Level. Yes.
Of course, that tracks. Agent Omi, what about you?
I thought we were doing YouTube intros here with that hot Nick start. So what's up, everybody? My name's Amari. I'll be playing Agent Omi, also a bard. I'm the DJ of this group. You know, I gotta make sure this party is bumping, is rocking, because what's a horror movie without a good theme song in the background, you know? So I'm here to keep the jams moving.
I'm always saying that, so thank you, DJ.
I've always said that.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Everyone's always said that.
Yeah.
So, do you have a teaser, like a lick of the theme song that you'll be bringing today?
You know, I've got a smattering of a lot of things. It depends on the mood, but I think right now he's feeling a little bit of "I Will Survive." You know?
Okay, I love that. Yeah, and is he relatively new to the D.E.A.D?
He is very new to the D.E.A.D, which is why he's so high-spirited and high-strung, ready to get. This is a party, you know. It's an opportunity to meet people.
Yeah, that is what the D.E.A.D is. 100%. I love that. Okay, wonderful. And then for our little like pre-session question for each of you, for your character, who would be the last face you would want to see when you die versus who you think you would actually see? And this goes in regards to like your memories. This was kind of inspired. I've seen like the Bards of New York asking a pre-game question, and I think it's a good way to like hop into character. So who would you like to see in your memories before you die versus who do you think you'll actually see?
Are you asking, so should we be answering as our characters or as like okay. As our characters.
No, please don't answer as yourself. If I hear like my mom, I will be really sad. So.
Oh, we're not trauma dumping this episode. Oh, okay. Well, I'll have to change my whole character.
This is actually a pretty easy question for Agent Chan. He would really hope that less of his memory would be what's surfacing right before he dies, and more that he would see the face of some helpless individual that he's able to save with his last dying breath. And who he would actually probably see is Agent Nick, because he would have let down the team with us all dying. We're going to try not to let that happen. All right.
Oh my gosh. Okay. There's some beef already and I love it. That sounds like Agent Chan's last life that he lived. It sounds very, very
I've heard nothing but good things from Agent CB.
Yeah, I don't know how well memory transfers into the double digits. So I don't know if Agent Nick has a memory of a run-in with a previous iteration of themselves and myself. So I think the face that I would like to see is Agent Nick forgiving me for leaving him out in the cold. But I think what I probably see is Agent Nick stabbing me in the heart to get revenge for leaving him out in the cold. But I don't say that to Agent Nick because I don't know if his memory, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if he has those memories. So, like, I'm going to keep that to myself when we're in the field. But you're going to see me, like, giving the little, like, side eye every time he says something to be like, does he know? Is he?
Does he know?
I'm like,
All right, a little table to help answer some of that right there. Definitely this version of Nick, Agent Nick, has no recollection of any past missions whatsoever. In fact, this Nick is totally different personality. He is 100% serious all the time. And his entire life is the D.E.A.D. I'm assuming, Kylie, you're going to give us more chance at some point to, talk about some of our character choices. So, I'll talk more about that later. I'll talk more about that later.
In other words, when Agent Nick is on the scene, everything's fine.
Yeah.
I think can see
Mr. Reliable.
Yeah.
Who do you think you would actually see versus who you would like to see before you die in your memories?
First off, I just would like to say that it would be an honor to die in the field for the D.E.A.D. And
hell yeah.
The last face I'd want to see is the chief, Chief Big Mac Macabre, just so I can maybe get a thumbs up and a good job from him. That is all I'd ask for.
That's so cute. Who would you actually see?
When I'm dying, who would I actually see? I would just see my own face as I look at myself and give myself a respectful bow, knowing that I have done the best that I could do out on the field.
That's really sweet. Agent Omi, what about you?
I'm going to go a little abstract here, I think. I think what I would want to see is whoever's around me kind of like looking down, like slowly bobbing their head to whatever vibe I'm giving off. I think that's what I would like to see. I think what I might see is, he's pushing through the crowd. There's like a party going on. There's a dance circle and someone's in the middle and he pushes through to see who is in it. And the person in the middle is just frozen with fear. Can't dance at all, can't move. And they look in my direction and it's me, but I'm older. And everyone boos them off the stage.
Oh, okay. So Omi maybe is going to have some sort of existential crisis in the future. I love it. Okay. Lovely. Okay. Well, thank you for that. Players, your mission. The local New York police has recruited the D.E.A.D, requesting assistance with multiple missing persons reports, citing that there's a possible serial killer on the loose. There appears to be no trace of the individuals after they've gone missing. The last place the individuals have been seen is in the heart of downtown, the grimy, dirtiest part of New York, the grossest alleys, and that is where a cab drops you off. So as you guys are dropped off, just to set the scene, At sunset, there's people shuffling, almost lifeless individuals shuffling along the street. Some are holding groceries, some holding children, and occasionally there's a sound of sirens in the distance and the popping of some sort of engine or possible gunfire. There are individuals basking on rusting balconies and unwelcoming eyes from down the alleyways. And you are dropped off right in this alleyway, right here.
I think Omi is slowly bobbing his head as he gets out of this cab, and he hears these sirens and these gunshots off in the distance, and he thinks to himself, "Oh, what if I sampled these? I could add these in," and he'll just he'll be in his head a little bit.
I love that.
The second Agent Nick steps out of the cab, he is immediately just focused. He takes a deep breath in. It's a good day to die. Were you gonna say something?
Oh, no, I was waiting for you to finish.
Okay. I'm gonna say he goes straight into action, trying to. Did you say what it is that we're looking for right now? You said we're just looking for these missing persons.
You're on the hunt for a possible serial killer.
Okay. I immediately start to scan the area for any type of clues. No side talk, no chatter, just straight into action.
I love that. Give me a perception check while I check in with Agent Adam and Agent Chan.
I say, that's right, Skid Row, where your life's a joke. And I say, hey, maybe we should talk to some of the locals. We got 2 chatters in Chan and Omi, right? Maybe we should talk to some people. You guys are good at that.
And you see Omi take off something. He's not wearing headphones, but it's second nature. He goes like this to hear clearly. Oh yeah. Talk to people. I'm down with that.
I love that.
Are you sure you don't want to start? I mean, that dentist office looks like if there was a serial killer here, they'd be operating, right? That place looks creepy as hell. Are you sure you don't want to just start there?
That's not a bad idea, I guess.
As you guys are discussing, there is a woman who is walking down the street past you all. She's a beautiful, darker-skinned woman, and she looks very comfortable and familiar with this area. And she's walking by you guys, not really making eye contact, but she does kind of give you one brief up and down, given that you guys are significantly better dressed than most people who live in this neighborhood. You guys are in plain clothes, but you clearly have some sort of armor or protective gear underneath. You're also wielding weapons of sorts that you have somewhat discreetly on your person, but just flagging that there is a beautiful young woman walking past you.
I have a huge warhammer strapped to my back, so it's not really that discreet.
I've got some tauntauns that I'm just like hand drums that I'm playing with me.
You're playing it in real time. You notice
I'm
she
playing in real
starts to
time.
groove as she's walking past you. She's grooving a little bit, like she's moving to the music, like she's kind of into it.
Great.
Do you have a minute to talk? I promise we're definitely not cops.
Cops in this neighborhood? Please. The cops run out of this neighborhood by the time they get here.
Yeah, we're not cops. Do you have a minute to chat?
I guess I have a minute. I do have a date in just a little bit. What do you want to talk about?
Awesome, great. Hey, Nick, what should we ask her?
What's the vibes here?
I start cracking my knuckles a bit. Have you seen anything suspicious going on? We've heard talks about some missing persons going on in this area. We decided that we should look into it. We're with a special group of people, and that's all I'll say about us.
Special group of people? Like you help underprivileged communities?
Yes.
You could say that. That has been said. That has been said before.
Yeah.
As an artist, we are all underprivileged communities, and he's still just.
You can ignore him.
I like his vibe.
Don't pay attention to him. He's new.
So Agent Nick, what was your perception roll when you rolled that to get kind of the vibe of the general area?
I got a 14.
It was a 13, right? Oh, 14? With
14.
a 14, two things that you notice. The two nicest looking buildings in the area are the dental office and the flower shop, which looks like it's been recently redone. So when you ask her about the missing persons, she, after noting that, like, you guys are here to serve the underprivileged community, right? And then she says, there are people who go missing all the time. I feel like you're going to have to be a little bit more specific while she's dancing.
Do we have more details about the missing people?
Give me a history check, one of you.
I don't really think that I'm the one who should do that, but I'll help somebody.
Nick's just going.
2 13s. Let's go.
2
baby.
13s. That's lucky.
Yep.
So, Nick, with a 15, you remember that these missing persons reports just started about a month ago, and they are very contained within this street. They've all happened locally.
All right, I look at her and I go, look, we know that over the course of the past month that, what was it, 16 people have mysteriously disappeared on this street alone. We're trying to track down what might be happening here, what the cause is for all these missing people. Are you sure you haven't seen anything suspicious, ma'am?
Well, if I must say, that dentist is awfully nasty. He does not treat his girl right. I see her leaving, coming out with bruises and a cast, and even his patients, they look worse than when they came in. I think there's something wrong with him.
I say, good instincts, Agent Chan. Let's check it out.
And I'll say, they've been messing up with people's smiles, and he'll flash his award-winning smile. You can't have that.
And that's why we brought him.
Do you want to possibly play the tom-toms with my girl group sometime?
Absolutely. I love a collab.
Please, call me anytime. I'm the third house on the right. So she continues on her way.
What's your name?
I'll tell you what.
Oh, what's your name? I didn't catch it. Oh.
But you do know where she lives.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay, champ. You did well, and I pat him on the back.
Oh, there's no bad feelings here. I'm married to the music. I don't got time for other people.
Chan, why don't you give me an investigation check?
I can do that since we're rolling. Here. Oh, it's a cheeky 21. It's a
Beautiful.
Cheeky little 21.
A cheeky little 21. So from across the way, you see a beautiful, tall, like 5'10" woman walking out of an apartment next door to the flower shop. Her arm is in a cast, and it looks like with such a high roll, you could see that she has some clear bruising on her face. And she is walking down the street across from you guys, slowly, just meandering, like she has no real destination that she is headed.
I lean into
All
Agent
right.
Adam, victim of the dentist, perhaps? And I gesture over to this so-called Audrey meandering.
That appears likely. We should probably talk to her.
Are you some kind of wizard? How'd you know her name?
Huh?
My secret power is tapping gently on the fourth wall.
Looking directly into the fourth wall and seeing through it for brief glimpses of time, almost like a glitch in the Matrix.
All right. Which one of you'd like to take point on talking to her?
Omi's pretty good with the ladies.
Oh.
I saunter over as I'm playing the tauntauns.
So
And I
this group
say,
of men just
"Excuse me,
approaches
miss."
her?
So all three of you run up at once to her.
I'm playing the tauntauns, and each one of them are snapping in unison as we approach.
I love
And
that.
I say, excuse me, miss. You from around here?
Gosh, I've lived here for pretty much my whole life.
I see. You ever frequent that place? And I point over to the dentist's office. I'm getting a bad vibe from over there.
A bad vibe? Oh, that's just my boyfriend's office. He's into some pain, but he's perfectly harmless, I swear.
I see.
Ma'am.
You guys into role playing or something? Is that what you guys do? No judgment here.
Agent Omi, you can't just walk up to somebody and say, "Hey, are you into?"
I turn around and I just start to walk away back to Agent
I
Adam.
don't know if they covered this in basic training, but that's actually an HR violation.
I put my hand out in front of Agent Omi to kind of push him behind me and go, "Ma'am," and I pull out a fake what was it? FBI FBI badge. The standard issue for D.E.A.D. Oh, ma'am, we're with local law enforcement here. Look, we're investigating some crime. Please disregard our junior agent over here. Look, miss.
I don't mind. We're into some weird
I point
It
at it
certainly
as
seems like that.
but it's mostly his preference. He really likes it when things get painful.
Okay, miss, I'm gonna take a step back here for the mission and I quickly pull out like my wallet, hand her a card. Miss, it seems clearly that your boyfriend might be, how do I put this, a little dangerous, and, look, if,
That's everyone.
look, I'm gonna just take this card. If things ever get a little too out of hand with your boyfriend, please give the number on it a call. What's the name I'm looking for here? I feel like there's a group of people who handle specifically domestic abuse.
Do
What's
you
the
want to?
domestic
You can
violence
make
awareness
up a
hotline?
name.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What? So is there a real phone number on this card? And it seems like her vibe. She's very attached to this person for whatever reason, her boyfriend. So maybe give a persuasion check to see if she'll even take
Yes.
the card from you.
Okay,
I
good
think
idea.
I'll give the help
I'll give a
action.
persuasion check. I realize I'm jumping into conclusions
Oh.
for her here.
Someone's
there-
giving you a help action.
Nice.
It's me,
As
'cause I'm there.
he's trying to persuade Agent Chandler and our hand back a little bit, and I'm like, all right, so obviously this boyfriend is suspect number one, but in my experience, the squeaky clean ones are ones to look at too. Maybe we should ask her who we think is the nicest guy in town.
Very
Or
interesting.
girl,
Good
I don't know.
point. You know,
Could be a girl
You know-
that killed everybody. I don't know.
that makes a lot of
Okay.
sense because if you were going to be like a serial killer, you wouldn't just
You don't wanna
stop
be-
at hurting
you
people,
don't-
right?
Yeah, you don't want to be
You
like overtly, hey, I'm the guy that likes pain. That'd be bad.
Yeah, and also like people wouldn't be walking away from you. They wouldn't be walking away at all. So this guy could be dangerous, but I don't know.
And
I'll
for
get back
further
in there.
details, Kylie, on the card it just says domestic violence hotlines, and it just says a phone number underneath it. It says 1-800-RESPECT.
Oh. What did you roll for persuasion?
I'm rolling right now.
RESPECT. Find out what it means to me.
Find out what that.
With advantage because I gave you the help.
Ooh.
Yeah.
But that's pretty
take that
good
with
already.
Advantage.
All right.
if
Yes,
we
let's
can
do
do
it,
better.
man. I am.
Nope.
Something is just
Or
great
worse.
with something's just going great with me in D&D Beyond. Yeah, 18.
Okay, so with your 18, she takes the card, she tucks it into her little cast. It says,
Oh gosh. Thanks, mister. But I can guarantee it's not going to be an issue.
All right, miss.
But if
Look,
I need to call, I'll give you a call.
sure. That's just do that, okay? Please. One of my other agents asked you a question earlier. If you could please answer that. Who is the nicest guy in town?
The nicest guy? Oh, gosh.
Besides your boyfriend.
Oh, yeah, obviously the answer would be your boyfriend because you love your
he's-
boyfriend.
yeah.
You wouldn't
He's the
possibly be
best.
into anybody else. That'd be crazy. So, but if you were to say
The most harmless, maybe.
harmless
Most
is a good word. Yeah.
harmless?
Yeah.
Well, you know who really keeps trying to get me to break up with my boyfriend is Mr. Mushnick. He keeps me employed, and he lets me live in the sublet right next door.
So you work at the plant shop, huh?
I do. I'm one of the best flower arrangers around.
Interesting. I admire the confidence.
It's not confidence, it's just the truth.
And you see, like, her general tone is she's very genuine about pretty much everything she says. One of you can roll an insight check, though. See if she's telling the full truth.
I have a +3. I'm rolling my. I got these dice recently. They're like cylinders, but there's 20 sides to it. So.
Oh, cool.
I got a 13.
With a 13, you kind of can see, like, her eyes are darting a little bit as if she's possibly not telling the entire truth, but she does feel very truthfully connected to Mr. Mushnick as a good person.
Well, I thank you for the time, Miss. What was your name again?
Oh, I'm Audrey.
Audrey. It was nice to meet you. Thank you for your time.
Oh, anytime, officer. And if you want, you can come by the flower shop tomorrow morning, and I'll give you a very generous discount to give some flowers to your mother or your girlfriend.
That's very kind of you.
Oh,
All right.
gosh.
So she continues to walk past the dentist office.
All right, she's hiding something about this Mr. Mushnick, fellas. We're going to have to look into him as well. Do we do the tooth guy first or the flower guy first?
Well, the way I see it, we got two options. We can either go in all together, or we can split up and check both the flower shop and the dentist office. See what we can find.
Divide and conquer's not bad. Let's split into twos.
All right.
Okay.
The two bards, let's go together.
Where are you
That's
guys
a bad
going?
idea.
No way, we can't put the two least serious guys and the two most serious guys together. It's just, I've been around the block a few times. It's a bad idea.
Look, Agent Omi, you seem to be the most inexperienced agent. You know, this is my first time meeting any of you. I've never met any of you before in my life.
So, hi, Agent Nick.
Wouldn't that mean
Agent
it's
Adam.
just as much inexperience for you, Agent Nick, since this is your first mission as a Nick clone?
No, this isn't my first mission. I'm a
Clone.
well-seasoned veteran. Been soloing a lot of missions.
Solo leveling, huh? Interesting.
Yes.
I heard Agent Omi say the word clone. Omi, can you give me a
Clone.
history check?
That would be great. Well, I got a 6 on the die with a custom roll there.
Wow. So
So-
a 6 for your history check. You signed paperwork and you don't remember what it says at all about joining the agency. But you did sign something. You signed your life away in one way or another. But you don't remember what you signed.
Terms
Right.
of service, who reads those?
No, nobody
Exactly.
Rook. Nobody Rook. It's good instinct. All right, let's split up. Agent Nick, you taking the Rook or you taking Chan?
I think I'll go with Rook.